Hey everybody, welcome back to Cooking with Katie. Oh my gosh, it has been a minute. I know I haven't been doing this series in a long time, but so much has been going on and I'm getting back into it now, and that's all that counts. So today, as the title says, I'm going to be making deviled eggs with the truffle honey mustard that Trader Joe's brings out during the holidays. So I'm curious to see how this turns out. I've never made deviled eggs before in my life, so this will be my first time, and I'm experimenting with truffle mustard. So we'll see how it turns out. Let's go ahead and start by showing you guys all the ingredients that we're gonna be using today. So we're gonna start with the obvious. You need some eggs. These are just my favorite from Trader Joe's. They're the organic jumbo free range eggs. So they're actually really large. I'm only gonna be using 6 eggs in this recipe. A bowl to mix the yolks and ingredients into. Some smoked paprika, salt, pepper, some chives, truffle honey mustard, and lastly the mayonnaise. I decided to use the vegan mayo that Trader Joe's sells, and then I just have a little tray that I'm going to be putting the eggs onto when I'm ready to fill them. The first step is to hard boil some eggs in water, and I'm not an expert at this, but I know that you're supposed to put the eggs in cold water and have them boil all together. So that is what I'm doing. I'm gonna let the water start boiling for about 1 to 2 minutes, and then I just put a lid on it and turn off the burner and just let it steam in there with some water. While my eggs are boiling, I'm just gonna start prepping some of the ingredients that are gonna be mixed with the yolks. So I'm gonna do some chives right now. I'm gonna finely chop these as fine as possible. And I'm gonna do about 2 tablespoons, maybe a little bit more. I love chives, so I don't mind if it's like overkill on the chives, but I'd say like 2 tablespoons would be the appropriate amount. So I'm gonna go ahead and start chopping these now. The eggs are finished being hard boiled, so I've let them sit for, I don't know, 15 minutes so they could cool down, and now I'm gonna peel them and get them ready to slice and take out the yolks. All the hard-boiled eggs are peeled, but of course, whenever I make these videos, for some reason, I forget the basics. My mind goes straight to like, how am I gonna pull this off? So I forgot to salt the water, and then I didn't let my eggs cool down all the way, so the peeling process just was not as fun as it normally is, if you guys catch my drift. I got 1 good egg with a couple dents in there. I know, I should have taken my time, but I didn't. So ignore the eggs that look like craters from the moon and focus on the pretty egg, the one pretty egg. That's what I'm gonna show you guys. So we're gonna cut these in half lengthwise, like so. Take out the yolks and just drop them into your bowl. I'm gonna continue cutting my eggs and getting the yolks out with the rest of the 5 eggs I have left, and then we will go to the mixing portion of this recipe. All the yolks are now in this bowl, and I'm gonna go ahead and add all of the rest of the ingredients except for the paprika, because that is more for the look of it at the end than to mix in with the mixture. So I'm just gonna grab the chives I already chopped. Next, I'm going to be adding some mayo, and mayo is pretty much the main ingredient in this to just keep everything moist and combined. If you are planning to do a dozen hard-boiled eggs, it's about a 1/3 cup of mayo. Since I'm doing half, I'm gonna do a 1/6 cup, but I'm just gonna eyeball it because that's kind of what I do. And you can always add more if you don't feel like the consistency is right there. So I'm gonna start off with like 1.5 spoons. Now I'm going to add this special ingredient, the honey truffle mustard. If you're using regular mustard, it's about 2 teaspoons, and I'm doing a half, so it'd be 1 teaspoon. I don't want this to be too overpowering, so I think I'm gonna stick with 1 teaspoon and see how that tastes, because I know truffle is a very strong flavor. So we're gonna do a very small little spoonful here. And then the final steps are just gonna be adding salt and pepper to taste, so you guys can add as little or as much as you want. I really like pepper, so I'm gonna add a bunch of pepper and then just do a little salt for flavor. Last step is just gonna be to basically mush everything together and combine all the ingredients. Now that I have the consistency just right, I'm going to put a spoonful of the mixture into each egg half. Now I have all of my eggs filled up, and I'm going to be doing the little paprika on top. This is the final step in the process, and it just really makes these eggs pop and look beautiful. If you guys don't like paprika, the eggs right now as they are look perfect in my opinion because they do have the green chives in there, but I don't know what is more Christmassy than doing red paprika with green chives and deviled eggs. Yum! As you guys can see, the presentation is definitely there. If you guys are bringing these to a party, friend's house, whatever, these are perfect just to like put out. They're so easy to make, takes no time at all. I literally boiled the eggs while I was doing my hair, so it's very easy to do this recipe. You can make different batches with things that aren't necessary, like mustard. You don't have to put it in. You can just do mayo and salt and pepper and be done with it. Very simple, easy for those people that just want a more simple flavor. Now it is time to try these and see if they are any good. So I picked the most perfect one I could find. Bottoms up. Wow, okay. I've had a lot of deviled eggs in my life, and like I said, I've never made them myself. These are definitely different, way different than deviled eggs that I'm used to eating, but they are delicious. The truffle is very mild. It's not overpowering because I didn't use too much. It's like definitely has a different flavor, and the paprika with the truffle is almost like, it's like a flavor party up in my mouth right now, and these are actually really good. I do want to warn you guys, if you don't like truffle, you probably will not like this recipe because there is definitely that truffle flavor in the back end of my mouth, and it's just different than a normal deviled egg, but these are definitely really good. What can I say? It's delish. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It does help me out a ton. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!